Hello everybody, it's Narrative Tarot. I'm going to do a quick video on decks that are leaving my collection and decks that I'm like, you're one step away, ho. So comment, like, subscribe to this channel. I do monthly videos by planet, so that's my monthlies. Check them out. I'll maybe link one or two. I did a Gemini season video. I'll link that as well. And I'm going to do like tarot content. I do hauls, book reviews, things like that. So these two videos that I did one about the crystal reading cards and the Tarot del Toro. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Tarot del Toro. I just did a haul on that. So this might go up first, and then that one might go up after, because this probably will be shorter and easier to upload. So let's get straight into this. Hopefully this will be short. The first deck that's leaving is called the Spirit Messages Daily Guidance and Oracle deck by John Holland. And this is what it looks like in the box, the back. You probably could get it at Barnes & Noble, maybe, depending on where you go. I think I got mine on eBay. And it's like this. It's card. Has a little description, stuff like that. I like the art. I do. I actually like the art. But I kind of feel like I don't use it. And I feel like somebody else for the season that they're in would most likely like this. So this is one of those decks where I'm feeling like, you probably, somebody else needs this. I feel like somebody who's going through a breakup, or and they're older and they might be starting a new lease on life, getting a second wind, something like that. I kind of feel like that's the person that needs this deck. I don't really think I need this deck. I think if you contemplate a lot about loved ones, and not that you do ancestral work, but I feel like if you're like into like A Course in Miracles or Conversations with God or something along those lines, maybe even the 5 agreements or the 4 agreements, you might like this deck. And I don't feel like I'm connected too much to this deck. It's very, it's not vague, but I just kind of feel like for me, it's not really needed anymore. And I don't know if I, get along too well with the format of these kind of cards. I'm getting more oracles, but I just feel like the oracles that I'm getting are very specific things that I want to. They bring up very specific meditations or areas that I want to work on as a practitioner. And this one is more of advice, which is okay, because I do have like oracles and stuff like that. I have the Prophet, which is Khalil Gibral, something like that. And I have other ones, and I have the Sacred, the Shaman Oracle, something like that. Like, I have different ones, but I just feel like this one needs to move on to someone who's, I think, a little bit older, going through like dealing with people in hospice, divorce. They're kind of like in that space where they're alone a lot. I feel like that's where this needs to go. I feel like the messages are very comforting for someone in that phase of their life. The Goddess Love Oracle. I got this because I was like, there was one image that I particularly liked. This is my haul for in another video, but I like this card, and I was drawn to it. I was drawn to it because it seemed very earthy and things like that. But when I got it, I feel like, again, I don't feel like I'm the person for it. I don't feel like I'm the person for it. So it's gonna go. I feel like I have womb deck. I feel like I have decks that relate to the womb and being a woman, or dealing with feminine energy that isn't so rooted like this. It's rooted in a different way. It's going in a different direction. This one is very, very earth-based, but not so much. I don't want to say shallow roots, but I feel like I want to do energy work with regards to wombs. I want to do energy work as opposed to giving someone in tarot soothing messages about the womb. I want to be like, let's go deep in there, man. Let's do this. And I don't think that these would quite work. Now, if you're interested in nature goddesses, I'm not saying that they are all in here, but they do mention some in here. So this is the booklet. This is what it looks like. Have a little reading and stuff like that from the other page. Because they mention, like, I think they mentioned Freya a little bit. Yeah, they mentioned She-Bear, Mother Goddess. So if you want to know about different goddesses, I would say this is your thing. You probably would, you know, like this. But for me, I think I'm more of an actual practitioner with regards to clearing out the womb. And I don't think this provides enough. This is for when you're contemplating Earth Goddess and Earth Mother. Maybe you want to do a ritual, light a candle, leave an offering. I think that this is more of that kind of deck. So it's leaving my collection because I think it'll serve someone else better. I'm kind of sad that I got it and it didn't work out. The third one is the Psychic Tarot, John Holland again. I don't know if John Holland and I just don't fuck with each other or what. This deck was one of the first decks that I got, and my style has actually changed like a lot. So I'm sad to see it go because I do think it helps with like chakras and stuff like that. And honestly, if I ever wanted to get it again, then I would get it again. It looks like I'm about to talk myself out of not doing this, but I do think somebody else might need it. I kind of feel like it's a really good deck for, I was going to say light shadow work. Light shadow work, but I kind of feel like, I don't think to study with. I don't see this as a good study deck, but there's something more like in the headspace about this deck. Like each card is like a mood card or something like that. You know? And I like that. My like scaredy cat card. That's a nice double card. I kind of feel like not dark energy with this, but I think this is the first deck that alerted me to like my subconscious fears. Because of some of this stuff. And I got this deck when I was like deeply infatuated with someone. Shall not be named like Voldemort. But so the lovers was like quite promised. We're in love. Like, no girl, you were in delusion. This has really good cards. Like some of these cards, they're really good for thinking. You know what? This might actually stay in my damn thing. I'm just saying. The more I flip through this, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to keep it just to keep it. But, like, the more we flip through it, the more that this may stay. I'll give you an update. I know at least 2 of them going because I really don't. But there's something very much mental about these. Either mentally, like, soothing. Mentally, like, I get you. Or, like, things that trigger. Because there's a card, the 7 of Swords, in this one. If I can find it. You know, you never can find the card when you like really need it, you know, it's always at the back or something. But I really, where is this card? Because this card was deeply triggering to my ass. Oh, here. Of course, it was this card. And every time I saw this card, I was like, I was so scared every time. But this is the first deck that alerted me to like subconscious or like fears or that little everything's not alright kind of vibe. Not in an evil way, like it's possessed, but just in a way that like it brings things up to the surface. And then it comes with chakra cards, this one. I don't know, guys. I done turned it around. I don't know. Now these 2 are on my like shit list, but like I'm gonna try it out. First is the Tarot Nova. I think it's like Tarot Nova or something like that. I got this deck and it's not calling to me at all, for real. It never calls to me. I put it in Mercury as a section because you know I do my cards like that. And you know, it's not the size because I like the Klimt Tarot. I like that tarot. I picked that. I do use that. Even though I want a full size of that, and I probably would sell it if I got the full size. But this don't ever call to me. I don't know. It just might not be a deck for me. So I'm going to use it for like a month and see. I'm going to try and incorporate it and see. And kind of see what messages I get. But it's kind of like, You know, I liked it when I first was looking at decks because it was small and it was cute. And I liked the imagery. I didn't find it offensive or anything like that. But after I got it, I don't know. I was just like, okay, there's other decks that I have. Like, and it's funny because the deck that the decks that I have like 40-ish, I think, decks. You know, it's just weird. I use practically all of my decks, and that's the thing. So the fact that I'm not using these decks, like, it's kind of, it's strange. Because it's like, I'm using my other ones. So, like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's up with you that I'm not using it? So, this one we're going to have to see. Another one is the Everyday Tarot. I think this is like Betty Tarot or something like that. It's a beautiful deck. Again, I used it, I think, in the beginning. And then as I started developing my system of placing decks within certain planets, it didn't fit anywhere. And I felt like after a while, I was like, well, this don't fit nowhere. Like, I like it for the art. I like the color scheme. I like that it's cohesive. I like that it's consistent artistically throughout, but I don't use it. Like, now the thing with this deck for me is that it always gave me like work stuff. So I don't know if it's a Capricorn-ish Saturnian kind of deck and I just misplaced it, but we might see. We might place it under another thing because it always gave me situations related to work. It did give me a little bit of romance. But I don't know. It's almost like there's nothing really inspiring about these cards. Like, they're really pretty, but they're kind of like commercially pretty. And I kind of feel like as I've grown accustomed to getting more decks that have to evoke some sort of feeling, these do. But I kind of feel like, you know, the Phantasmagoric Tarot pulls me in. The Mary L, my God, it pulls me in. The Shadowscapes pulls me in. Even my even decks that are quite esoteric, like Hermetic Tarot, like they pull me in. And it's like, these don't really pull me in artistically either, well, anymore. And I think that, I don't know, they just may be better suited to other people. Now, I don't know, I need to like glue this back together so I can actually sell it. But those are the two decks that are on my list, and I'm questioning. So I'll use them and then see, but they most likely will be going too. So it's the Tarot Le Nova. I think that's what's called, Everyday Tarot. And then the one that I'm now on the fence about, Psychic Tarot. The two that are definitely going, Goddess Love, Spirit Messages. So thank you for watching this video. I will talk to you guys later. We'll upload this video. We'll get the other video going. It's going to be a great time. Like I said, stay forward to the crystal stuff. We'll get that going. And yeah, as always, peace.